Hi everybody. Just wanted to take a couple minutes and show you some stuff, Proproducer 6 and timers. So here we go. Maybe. We'll see what happens. So I'm gonna attempt to open Proproducer here. Here we go. So this is the service from this last weekend. And a couple things I want you to notice. See these clocks here? That means a timer has been set in this queue. So this timer happens to be a reset for all of the timers that are running in the service. So if we go in here to queues, we can see that this is an elapsed timer and a sermon timer, and it's going to do something with both of those timers. If we click on that elapsed timer, we'll see it's going to reset the timer. So basically what happens is at the end of the service, when you click this slide, it resets all of our timers. On the Graphics 1 computer, you can actually hover over this and it'll show you the stage display. You see that on my computer because I'm not set up for a stage display. But essentially what happens is when you click on that first slide, it resets the timers. Next thing you'll see is this down here. This is a show scheduler. If I click on that, you're going to see three things that are happening here. We set up to run the countdown automatically. I'd love to hand this off to those who are building the show. So essentially what will happen is you just go click on this one from last week and change it to this week. So when you've made a new, let me close this. When you've made a new weekend, I'm going to go ahead and throw some stuff in there. Our announcement, loop, our countdown, video message intro, and then video message titles and verbal announcements. I'm going to throw all that in here. Now I'm going to go back to here, and I'm just going to move this down to the next week. Sometimes it doesn't. Anyways, it's that. Then when you click it, it says test weekend. That's essentially all I'm doing. Now I'm going to change the date. Let's see, it would be 23, let's say. These would be the 24th and the 24th. That is it. Now our services are set to automatically fire the countdown. As you can see here, the video service countdown is what we're firing on the 23rd at 5:55. So that's it for moving the scheduler. So when you build the playlist, if you could move that scheduler, that way it just becomes part of that process. The next thing is the way we fire videos. I'd like to put all of our videos with a blank before and a blank after with an auto timer that happened in between all three. Essentially what this does, actually let's look at the countdown video. When our countdown video ends, it's going to move to the next cue, turn on this timer right here, which I believe starts the service timer. Elapsed time, service length, resets and starts the timer. So when this is done, it automatically starts our service timer and fires the first song. There you go. Actually, what we probably should do is make this not a 0. We should make that like a 1.5, so we get a true fade to black. Let's try that again. We're still going to get the service timer start, but we're going to get a 1.5 seconds of black. Then it'll fire the song. There we go. That's a lot cleaner. So, same thing when we get to the message. Oops. Instead of saying now the video director saying fade to black, start the video, he'll just give you a go cue. And when he says roll the video, you get this black, he does the switch, video automatically starts. When that video is done, you get a fade to black, and you get right into the message. What this message does here is starts the sermon timer. Start timer. So as long as we've cleared the timer by doing, we've cleared the timer by hitting on this first announcement, our timers are reset. When that message video intro ends, it automatically starts the message timer here. You can see down here we've got another one of those. When he starts his prayer, we'll click that. That automatically stops that message timer. And then we've got a couple of cues, for that kind of thing. Actually, today we had sermon slides after the prayer was done. So that's pretty much it for timers. Hope that makes sense. If you graphics builders could take over the scheduler here, I think that'll be the only thing. If you are doing announcements, the announcement loop, when you're building that, this is a bad example because it's my laptop and I don't have that in there. The weekly announcements, just do slides 2 through 30. And then the PV, slide 1 is always the PV logo. If you just do slides 2 through 30, delete those, drop them in, then we don't have to worry about fixing our timers all the time. The other thing is, on the graphics computer, if you open the video bin here in the PV group, you'll see something that looks like this. Folder. Sorry, it's going to make me pick one. Documents, let's just pick Christmas 2015. Okay, it looks like this, and it says announcements right here instead of 2015. What that is it's a direct feed to the folder now where they drop the latest graphics. You don't have to go look for those anymore. In Proproducer 6 now, we can pull in the latest images. It automatically pulls those in for you. So if you delete slides 2 through 30, select slides 2 through 30 down here and redrop them in, you will automatically have the latest graphics. Theoretically, you're going to have the latest graphics anyways because this is just a link to this down here. The trouble is it's not going to show you the correct picture. So you might click on school supply drive, but if down here it's number 3 has changed to Awana clubs, you're going to get something different than what it is. It's always going to be the latest thing, but you may not be clicking on what you think you're going to click on. So graphics operators, if you're doing like a verbal announcement, he's like, I want school supply drive, never pull it from the announcement loop because this school supply drive may not be school supply drive. Always pull it from the video bin where it says announcements down here in the hot folder. Then you know you're getting the latest thing and it will be what the image says. All right, now I think that's it. Let me get back to my live stream here. Thank you guys, appreciate you.